I have strict confidence in my wife that she's still going to love me at the end of this trip.
Stick your butt out for me a little bit. Jeez.
Well, remember the legendary Mystic. It's the legendary truck with the first live edge bed that we ever completed. Well, I have made a deal with the gentleman that purchased it from me to purchase it back. 4 weeks ago, we sold a vehicle or two at an auction, and we are using the proceeds from that to buy this back. Now, this may be a permanent thing.
Not happening ever. That was not the deal. Sorry.
Well,
I'm putting my seatbelt on so it doesn't ding anymore.
You heard my wife. So what the plan is to bring the truck back to La Crosse, Wisconsin, use it for promotions and such this summer, maybe into early fall. But we have ordered a blueprint engine, the same one that we have in the 81 Camaro and the same one that we have in the 1958 Chevy Cameo truck that we're doing. And we are going to drop a 535 horsepower blueprint engine into it, along with a 4-speed, 6-speed, 8-speed, haven't decided, automatic transmission, and really make this thing a higher horsepower cruiser. Anyway, that is what we're on the way to do. We have a 4.5 hour drive one way in front of us, and then of course to get our butts back.
And it's 1:55 p.m.
Yeah, so it's almost 2 o'clock. So we're going to be pulling back home about midnight. I have strict confidence in my wife that she's still going to love me at the end of this trip. Maybe not as much as when we left, but guaranteed a lot more than when we came back from North Carolina. Anyway, long and short, glad you're tuning in. We're going to document this trip, bringing back the legendary Mystic, and we are working on getting it into SEMA, and we'll keep you informed.
2022.
We'll keep you informed on how that goes. We have a couple people that are interested, but have not committed 100% yet. But we are going to rock and roll and make it happen. Keep watching. A lot more to come. If we get out of traffic. Well, we've been on the road just under 4 hours, and we have about a half hour to go, and we will be picking up the legendary Mystic. Hopefully it's ready to go, and we'll be able to load it up and get rocking and rolling and turn our butts home, because if we leave here at 7, which is potentially possible, that brings us home at about midnight, which is right in the area where the bewitching hour happens and things can go crazy. So we'll see how that happens. Keep watching. We're almost there, picking it up.
That pepperoni thinks it's having company. Oh, he's so excited.
there.
Yeah. No, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. Stick your butt out for me a little bit. Jeez.
What a team!
Is that what we call it?
After 33 years.
Oh, God. On the road again. Well, Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer. What can I do for you?
It's really damn late. I don't know if you can see that. But it's after 8 o'clock.
8:20. Legendary Mystics in the trailer. We are on our way back to La Crosse, Wisconsin. And after 2.5 years, 3 years, 3 years I think, the Legendary Mystic is back in the Meyer Households garage. So, I think this is the third time I bought this truck. Once when I was 16, 17. Sold it when I was 19. Bought it back when I was in my 40s. Sold it. Now I'm in my 50s and it's back. So, we'll see what the future brings for us. Because we're going to be doing some crazy stuff with the engine. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. I got to get my ass on the road and home.
That means we home. 2 minutes till we hit the bed. Well, welcome home, ring spotlight that does this all night long. Hey,
Yeah.
you ready for bed?
Bed. Ready. We're home. You're back at home base in La Crosse, Wisconsin. If you like what you see, hit the like button below, and more importantly, give us a comment. What is behind me is the 1955 Legendary Mystic. If you want to follow the entire story, go back to the Legendary Mystic and you can see the build and where we ended up at we are today. However, paraphrasing the story, this is the first truck I ever owned in my entire life. When I was 16 years old, 17, right in there, and I sold it when I was 19. It found me many years later when I was in my 40s. I purchased it back and we finished it. The first public show that it went to, a gentleman, Scott, saw it and he purchased it. We finished out the interior to his liking and we sent it down the road. It was always something that I said, should I have done that? Well, as you can see in the video, we have corrected that. It is back at Legendary Customs. However, the story is not over. We are going to jazz this bad boy up. We're going to drop an LS motor in it, probably a 6.2, somewhere in the neighborhood of 400, 450 horsepower, somewhere in that. And it will be going back up for sale. So keep watching. You will see the transition from where it is now, which is a 454 big block with a 700 R4 transmission, to a Chevy 6.2 LS with a probably a 6-speed electronic transmission. So we're going to find areas for 2 computers, but we'll get that ordered and on the way. But yeah, it is back for a short amount of time. We are looking to get this bad boy into SEMA 2022. So if anybody that's watching this has any connections to get into SEMA, we would appreciate your assistance.
We thought we were going to be able to go in with a couple of vendors, and they have not been able to get their booth extended from a 20-foot booth to a 30-foot booth. So they've been having some challenges there. But we're still picking up the phone, asking people. This would be an awesome truck to have at SEMA, because it is the first truck that started, to my knowledge. Now, live edge desks, live edge coffee tables, all that, it existed. That is nothing new. But I believe this is the first live edge bed that was ever put into a pickup truck.
And it's the best one we've ever
And
done.
it's the best one. This is our first.
It's dusty.
It's dusty, but when you have the LED lights on down below, it just blows it up like it's on fire. We are going to refinish the bed. We're going to take it off. We're going to sand it down. And we're going to put a new deep finish on it so it just pops even a little bit more. But this is an amazing truck all the way around. The leather interior that is in here is just amazing, and I can't wait to cruise with it, because I literally drove this around at Mississippi Mayhem, the only time I drove it. And then we drove it a little bit before we delivered it to Scott, but basically Zach drove it, and yeah, I never really drove it. I left that up to the guys that were in charge of getting it ready to go down the road. Long and short, it's back, but the story is to be continued. Appreciate each and every one of you watching. The legendary Mystic is awesome. Check out our videos on the build and comment below. If you like what you see, and subscribe, because we have a lot more coming your way. If you want to buy it, comment down below or pick us up through our website, and we'll see where we can go from there. Appreciate each and every one of you. Keep watching.